Hello, and welcome everyone to the Backseat View podcast. Now, shit, I'm already fucking shit up. Now, Alicia's not here with me. We've arrived at the conclusion that our schedules are incompatible. She's not done doing them, but it's gonna be a lot less frequent, and I figured that might as well keep it going solo, since I do have some free time occasionally, but if I limit that free time or limit making the podcast to only when Alicia and I both have free time, then it's just gonna be a mess. So yeah. Now this show's a mess, honestly. All right, we're just gonna get into it. I took the shock mount off of this thing, and now it's hella loud. I'm not even a couple minutes in, and I'm already sweating. I turn off the AC every time I start doing this thing, because the AC's right there, and it's hella loud when I'm recording, and I don't want the mic to pick it up. But it's already getting hot, and yeah, I'm wearing a hoodie, but that's for aesthetic purposes, and I will not make that compromise. Now, I just have a list here, a very messy document filled with a bunch of balagna that I've been compiling for a while, and I figured I'd just make a podcast where I just try and clear out most of it as I can, okay? So maybe I should just go in order, because none of it is necessarily more important than anything else. So let's begin with I don't even know what the fuck to call this thing. Like, you know those videos on YouTube? I don't know. If you're a music listener, I'm sure you've gotten these recommended. It's probably some of your favorite artists or songs. And then some guy makes a video, calls it 2D audio. And it's the song, basically unaltered, but it just has this effect where it's like spinning around you. Right? And I'm pretty sure that's just done by like altering the right and left channels. It's nothing crazy. Or it's probably not 2D audio. They always call it some shit like see, this is the thing. This is why it's like crazy that these things pop off and they get as many views as they do, because people buy it, and all they do is they add like 2D, 3D, 4D. I've literally seen some of them titled Infinity D music. It might be more enjoyable in some cases. Like, I don't know what case you would. I just like listening to the original music file. There are some like good mashups and some good mixes I've heard online, but this 4D trash, man, it's so low effort, and some of them like is more than just it spinning around. Like sometimes it'll like double up on both sides, and it'll do like a dual spin, and then like more of them, whatever the fuck. But it's like it's nothing crazy, and it's insane. Like all the comments, there are definitely people in the comments who are like, what the fuck is this bullshit? It's literally just spinning around you, because that's what they all are. But then there are some comments where they're like, whoa, this is phenomenal. Like, I feel like I'm fucking ascending. If you're ascending, it's for other reasons. All right, so I got these a while ago. I got this thing. I don't know if you can see it. Lighting's not doing too hot here. But I got these things, and they're called nuraphones. Now, unlike the 4D music audio bullshit, this shit has actually got some insane type of technology and design behind it. Now, first off, let me bring them back on the camera. You're not going to be able to see this well because of the lighting, but I'll try to make it seeable. I don't know if you can see that. But basically, it has an in-ear tip inside of the headphones, like the over-ear covers. And essentially what these headphones do is the over-ear part is in charge of the bass, and the in-ear is in charge of the highs and the mids. And now this like company Nura, they have this weird freaky thing, right? So you put on the headphones and you connect it to the app, to their app, and Stay hydrated. Now, afterwards, it does this test, and I have no fucking clue how the fuck it works. And the test, from my understanding, I could completely be wrong about this, but essentially what it does is it plays like these fucking sounds, right? And it shoots them at your eardrums, and then I think your eardrums like bounce back some of the noise, and based on how the noise bounces back into the microphone, I think it has a microphone inside the ear tip, and basically based on how it receives that sound or whatever, I don't know, like the frequency. I didn't engineer this shit. I'm just a consumer, but it like creates the perfect equalizer for your ears. And let me show you. Let me bring this up on my phone so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so here you can see this is come on, focus. This is what my personalized thing based on the test with my ears, with it being fully sealed, looks like. And I have some other people here. I have my friend Brian, and then I also got my boy Diego here. And so you can see they're pretty different. And this might just seem some fucking hoopla if this is your first time hearing about this. You listen to the music with these things on, it genuinely does feel a lot like there's a lot more clarity. It feels like I can listen to every layer at, how do I explain this? It's very difficult. It's like you can listen to every layer almost like it's very clean. No sound is being washed out by another sound or anything like that. And on top of that, it's just the sounds themselves just sound so crisp and clean. It's definitely something you have to try for yourself in order for you to understand. My friends were kind of skeptical before trying it, and so was my mom. I let her try it too, and they were very convinced afterwards. And I gotta tell you, the bass on this, so it has this like immersion slider on the app, and basically it's like the higher you slide it up, like if you put it on max, like the bass just goes crazy, and it's like you feel it in your soul, and it's insane. The bass on it is absolutely nuts. And if you want to buy the headphones, I believe they're $400, but you could also do this subscription service that they offer. By the way, this isn't a sponsored video. I get 20 views at most on these things, so that goes without saying. But anyways, they offer this subscription service where you pay an $85 initiation fee, and then it's $12 a month. And every 2 years, they'll send you the latest edition or upgraded version of the headphones or whatever, right? And if you're not like an over-the-ear full headphone game type of person, they offered ones that are just in-ear tips, and I suppose that the bass on those are weaker, but honestly, I've never tried them, so I can't speak on them. Those are $150 if you want to buy them outright, and they also have a subscription program, but I'm not sure how much the initiation fee and the monthly cost is. But yeah, really insane technology, if you ask me. Recommend it if you're interested in putting some of your stimmy money into that. Check it out. All right, I want to get into the whole royal family thing, and I can't believe I'm even talking about it, because the main reason I want to talk about it is to criticize how ridiculous this is, and not the situation itself, although that is pretty fucking ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous that so many people give a shit. I mean, as far as I'm aware, and as far as I've learned, the royal family has very little influence on the actual, well, I'm not going to say very little, but it essentially doesn't have actual like legal power or anything in England. But for some reason, everybody seems to give a huge fuck about their activities. It's crazy how attractive and appealing this stuff is to a lot of people. Long story short, it has something to do. One of them is pregnant. I don't even know their names. One of them is pregnant. They think it might be a black baby, and the kingdom does not approve of black babies. They will not accept the baby if he is black. That's pretty. I mean, that's just racism. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. And the lady saying that she's suicidal. You're suicidal with your baby in you. That doesn't make any fucking sense in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I just have a problem with how much attention it gets, because it's like, Jesus, there are so many worse things happening in the world, and you guys are so well off, but you're having these problems within like this monarchy of bullshit. It's like, it doesn't fucking matter, dog. Like, and maybe I'm just speaking out of turn because I'm not sure what all the implications are or whatever, but it's like, say it's like you just get kicked out of the royal family or whatever. It's like, who gives a fuck? You're rich as hell. I'm pretty sure the lady was already a successful actress before she even married the dude or whatever. And you're well off. You can live a nice, happy life, give birth to your black baby boy or girl, and take her to Disney when she turns 5 or 6, okay? It's like, it's not that big of a deal to where you need to hit up Oprah and expose the whole family in front. It just makes it seem like you just want attention. And it's like, maybe that is what you want. Maybe you want to expose how corrupt the queen is or whatever. I don't know who's involved in this racism. But it's like, bro, it doesn't fucking matter. These people, like, this shit's gonna end soon anyways. There's no way this thing keeps going and that this royal bullshit keeps holding value. There's gonna be a point where the younger generations take over and they become the older generations. And when they were younger, they probably didn't give a fuck about any of this. So when they're older, they're definitely gonna be like, yeah, this is dumb as shit. It's like, this shouldn't even be a thing. And I don't know. That's just what I think is happening. Next up, Papa John. Papa John. Now, a while ago on the podcast, I talked about how Papa John was in the clear, dog. I don't get this. Why would you do this, Papa? Oh, God, is my arm falling apart? No. But Papa John, he was in the clear. If you watched that podcast, which you most likely didn't, basically, I think in a court of law, they had proven that Papa John was innocent. He did, in fact, say the N-word, but he was kind of like it's kind of like they put down a trap card and he didn't even know he was in a Yu-Gi-Oh battle. He activated the trap card. He said the N-word, but the people who were recording the call, they kept recording afterwards, and I don't know if they just kept all of the footage or something, but basically afterwards you could hear them talking about how they were going to send them to these, they were going to try and get a bunch of publicity over, and they were just going to take the soundbite of him saying the N-word or whatever, and then ruin his career and whatever. And, Papa John, he was getting a lot of heat for saying the N-word, and eventually he was cleared. Like, after going through all that shit, he was in the clear that he was innocent and he was played and it was a conspiracy or whatever. And then he was on some national, I don't know if it was national, but there was some show he was on, and he was doing an online interview, and he made the mistake. I don't even know. I don't even think this is what he meant to say. But he essentially said something to the effect of that he's been trying to get the N-word out of his vocabulary for the last 20 months. Oh, no, Papa, why would you do that to yourself, man? You were trending all over Twitter, everybody making the memes. The memes were great, don't get me wrong. But, Papa, you were already in the clear, man, and now everyone thinks you're racist again. Not me. I know the truth, and honestly, I watched the clip, and it just seems like Like, he had a slip up with what he was saying, because when you listen to the clip, it doesn't even sound like what he was saying before, and then after him saying that after, it doesn't make sense contextually. I don't know, maybe I'd have to listen to more of it, but I still I support Papa. You know, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Go Papa. Hope you recover from your canceling, from what you said. But you know, you slipped up. You slipped up, and the internet sees it all. The internet sees everything. All right, next up, I want to talk about NFTs. NFTs are suddenly just taking the world by storm. There are tons of creators that have hopped on the bandwagon. Now, NFTs aren't new, I don't think. I believe they started in either like 2017 or 2016. I'm not sure. But essentially, it's like, if you don't know what they are, they're like, it's related to crypto. I believe it like works on the same blockchain stuff, which I only understand a little bit. But basically, it's like collectibles, you know, like in real life, you can head out and buy a pack of trading cards and whatnot. And, you know, if you hold on to those for long enough and the franchise grows, you know, those really old cards, say first edition Pokemon cards, they could go for a lot. And essentially, NFTs are a digital version of collectibles, kind of like cosmetics in a game like Counter-Strike, where there's trading and whatnot. Except it's since it is working on the it's operating on this like crypto blockchain type of thing. It's decentralized, and it's peer-to-peer negotiations or whatever the hell, right? Now, a lot of creators have been hopping on this bandwagon, and they have been making so much fucking money. I saw some guy, I think his name was Too Mad, he sold a picture of his fucking nipple for like, I don't even remember how much, but it was like, I think he made at least $2,000 off that picture of his nipple. And he, you know, they just put it up for auction. And I mean, there's a bunch of different ways to go about it. You can, you know, essentially it's like an autograph of like this digital thing. And most of them are images or animated pictures or whatever, or videos. You know, I think there are like sports highlights that have NFTs, and it's like LeBron makes like a half court shot or something, and they have an NFT of that. It's like, that's the NFT of it, and it's probably going for a shitload of money. This guy Beeple Crap, I follow him on Instagram. He's an amazing digital artist. He does this thing where he posts his art every day on Instagram, and he is insanely talented. And he recently sold a collage of now, mind you, I just said he posts every day. He posts a new piece of art on his Instagram every day, and they're pretty high quality images that you need a lot of experience in order to create. And he sold a collage of all of his daily images, like compiled into one giant, like super collage of images. And he auctioned it off as an NFT. And I think he made like $69 million off of that. And he live streamed it. And he just looks like a guy. You know, he's just a guy. He's not a god. And he's there with his family, and everyone, and his family's like losing his mind because of how quickly, like, people are having like insane bidding wars over these things. You know, because there's people out there who are either they were already loaded and they just got into crypto, and they're like, I'm loaded, so I'm in a crypto now, and I have a lot of crypto. But there's a lot of people who also got into crypto when it was very early on. They bought a couple thousand Ethereum or Bitcoin when it was at a really low price. And now they're fucking loaded, you know? So it's pretty nuts. And they have these insane bidding wars, and I'm kind of all over the place with this explanation, but yeah, creators are going crazy over it. I think it's a very good thing for artists, and creators are able. The way I look at it when it comes to creators, like take the H3 podcast for example, their hosts, Ethan, Neela, barely understood NFTs, but they just saw everybody else was on the bandwagon, so they went ahead and made some of their own, and they didn't go about it like the most efficient way, but it still holds its novelty, and essentially they've been growing for a long time. They have a large fan base. There's probably a few people, like probably more than just a few. Quite a lot of people probably in their audience who are into the crypto space and are loaded with some kind of cryptocurrency or something, and they're very knowledgeable about NFTs and the potential for their value, and they went crazy with it. I think they sold like this one of one. If you know about the Vape Nation video, which is like their most popular video on their old main channel. It's they basically made an NFT for that video, and it was a one of one, and I believe they made over $50,000 off of that. Yeah, and it's crazy. And he did a really nice thing. He made some NFTs for his employees, and he let them keep the money that was made off of them. That was really nice of him. And yeah, essentially, creators are just going crazy with the NFTs. They know it's almost like buying a stock in that person. Like the more successful H3 or Teddy Fresh as a brand grows, the more valuable their NFTs will likely become. So, yeah, NFTs, if you're interested, look into it. It's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. It's the future. It's here. It's now. All right. The last talking point I kind of have here is just kind of a rant I want to talk about. But this could be a useful rant to somebody listening and unaware. Book editions. Now, I work at a library, and something that I notice is new editions of books. Now, it's usually for textbooks. If you go to college, you're likely aware of this horrendous scam that every college student is forced to be put through. Let's say you just signed up for a college course. In the syllabus, which you usually read before you begin the course, but not all of us do that. In the syllabus, there's usually a listed required textbook. Now, first of all, I want to say that a lot of schools require professors to require a textbook. So a lot of times I've walked into classes on the first day, and the professor will tell us while reading the syllabus,
you do not need the textbook. You can pass this class by just taking the notes, going through the modules I upload, the presentations that I do,
etc., right? And that's always horrible when you see somebody who bought like that loose leaf edition of the thing and they already took off the plastic wrap and put it in like a 3-ring binder. They're like, I'm a good student, I'm prepared for the first day of class. And then the professor tells you that, and you realize you spent like $90 for nothing. And that is, by the way, the exact purpose of those loose leaf textbooks. It's ridiculous. It's not just for that, but it's also so you can't return them. They're not going to accept a loose leaf version of the textbook back if you want to, like, maybe if you like sell it online with the binder or something, but wherever you bought it from, they're not going to take it back, So it's pretty ridiculous. But anyway, say that your professor actually genuinely requires this textbook. It's the 5th edition of microbiology, whatever, right? And you can go online and you will often see that older editions of the textbook, edition 4, 1 through 4, whatever, it's probably significantly cheaper, right? Probably because everybody wants these new editions. Now, the bullshit about these new editions is that they often only include incredibly minor differences from previous editions. And it is such bullshit that, like, they can basically sell a whole nother book just because they added, like, another paragraph into chapter 3 or whatever. It's so fucking stupid. It's the dumbest fucking shit ever. And honestly, a lot of times professors will say,
if you want, you can buy an older edition for cheaper.
But the problem with that sometimes is that the companies have caught on that people have noticed that all that they do is change. Like they add a comma in like chapter 6. They're like, oh, I'm not going to buy this whole new edition. There's like this older one for significantly cheaper. So they notice people are catching on. So what they do is they make the new edition and then they fucking shuffle up all the chapters and they're like, yeah, try us now, bitch. So now when your professor's like,
oh yes, today's reading is page 196.
It's like you don't actually know that the place you're actually looking for is either like on page 12 or 307. It's so fucking dumb, and it's a business. I get it. It's at the end, but it's like, really, bro? We're students. We have to pay these crazy prices just to get an education, like a formal education, whatever, and get this degree and all this shit. And you're gonna hit us with all this bullshit as well. It's like, dude, and it's like plain as day. A lot of students know that they're doing this, but it's like, the fuck are we gonna do? That's fucking bullshit how they're trying to play us students like that, man. If you know what's up, you probably go online and you try to find a free PDF online of your class's textbook, and a lot of times, if you know the right places where to look, you'll probably find it, and save yourself a couple $100. So just a tip about that. It's pretty much all I have to say for this episode. Hopefully this was somewhat enjoyable. Yeah, I'm not sure how often I'm gonna be uploading or whatever, or if it's gonna be the same format or style or whatever the fuck. But I'm gonna try to do it when I can, and Alicia, she'll or potentially other guests will join me when I see an opportunity, right? So make sure you subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please follow us on Spotify. That's the main listening platform. If you're listening to this on Spotify, check out the YouTube channel because you get a visual, but you might not be interested in the visual, so who knows? Anyways, check out whatever I put in the description. Maybe I'll like have this all time-stamped or whatever. Although, I mean, this is the end of the podcast, so you probably are already well aware of that. But anyways, make sure you drink plenty of water, get your 8 hours of rest. This is the Backseat View. I don't know what episode this is, but yeah, peace out. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening. Jesus Christ, it's hot as fuck.
We got a #1 victory royale, yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. 10 kills on the board right now, just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend just got down, I revived him, now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park streets, look at the map, go to the mark sheets. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take me to Moist Mire, but not Loot Lake. I'd really love to chug with you. We can be pro Fortnite gamers.